Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Lost and Found Project. I am, of course, Shelby, and this is my beautiful wife.
Brandy.
Hi. Tonight, guys, I think we're going to talk to you about just some different things.
It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day, and part of this podcast was going to be to talk about long days and good days and bad days and just different things. And um, I I got a phone call from Brandy this morning. Well, really, it was a text about a probation officer allowing a sober living resident or a person in recovery, period,
Yeah, a drug addict.
a drug addict, um, allowing them to be able to get their legal marijuana card. I don't have a problem with that. Let me start that. If you can smoke weed and you can do all that, hey, good for you.
Do it. Smoke some for me.
Right. But when you're dealing with people who struggle with addiction and have a past of struggling with addiction, um, I mean, what am I going to do, right? I mean, nothing I can do, but I have a problem with that, and I don't believe that a probation officer,
Especially at 6 months sober, 6 or
right,
7 months sober, and then
right,
they give you this letter saying that if you get your medical marijuana card, because it's medicine,
right,
which it is, there's medicine, you know what I'm saying? I
there's
agree.
medicinal purposes,
There is. But not at 6 months sober
right,
when you're just getting life together and you have schizophrenic tendencies.
and you're living in sober living, right? Like, make it make sense, and
Making our life hard.
yeah,
Real hard and ruining. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. I mean, ultimately, it's that person's fault, right? That they wanted to do it. They wanted to get the car. They wanted to
yeah,
smoke weed, but it's like a green light, you know?
yeah.
It's like, oh, here's your card, pass go.
Yeah, and this person is now currently in the local hospital
Yeah.
because said person is not mentally fit to be in society right now. So, did the probation officer see all that coming? Probably not, right? Why? Because he is not trained in dealing with drug addicts and alcoholics. His job is to uh, random UAU.
Make sure you're going to work, paying your fines, doing what you're supposed to do.
And if I'm being honest, the random UA part, I was on probation for 3 years. The most I ever got UA'd was when I lived in Enid. I got hit twice up there, and I got one when I came off probation when I moved down here. Period. Yeah. And so that's that started off the day.
That was start off the day. It was 4 hours of the day, from 7:30 to 11. That was a long ordeal, and then you have to deal with the police and talk to them about. The police are like, well, it's legal. I'm like, so is alcohol, but not in a sober house.
Right. And I think there's just not enough. Now there are some cops out there, that care, I would say, and I mean that may be strong. I don't know if it is. I'm not on here to try to be politically correct, but there's some cops out there that are, they're clocking in and clocking out. There's cops out there that care about people. There's cops out there, that want to specialize in addiction and specialize in homelessness. I get all that stuff, but it needs to be a blanket. Like, if you have a sober community, which we have a very large sober community down here, they need to know that, like, there's we got two Oxford houses, our two houses, and then so there's a total of 5 sober livings, and then I guess if you count Homeboys sober living over there, really, I don't, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole.
That's probably what give them a sober living a bad name around here. Is this little shindig you got going.
But you don't, like, you have to sign and initial all these forms, to live in our sober living, and that is so to protect us from these types of incidences. Because, I mean, really, we can't go kicking people out just for random stuff.
Whatever, yeah.
But if they have it on paper and we're like, look, right here, it says that they're not going to live here if they do this, this, or this.
They agree to it, and the cop's like, all right, well, now you got to leave.
Right, and so that's what saves us.
It protects us, and the cops, I found today that they treat it, and this situation was a little bit different, right? Because it was kind of mental health, but it started out as addiction, and they treat mental health and addiction the same.
Right.
And it's not the same at all.
Right.
It's the same. You know what I'm saying? Like
same buildings that people go to when they're looking for help.
A comment that I heard today from one of our law enforcement officers was, they've made mental health where we have to cater to them, is what he said.
That's, yeah.
And I was like, is that so?
Right. So, that's sad to hear, you know.
Yeah, and I don't like cater to them. Yeah, he said they get to act however they want to, and then if they decide they want help, then we get them help, and please let us help you. But if they don't want help, we don't have to make them get help. And so he said it's not illegal to be crazy.
Yeah, you are correct. It is not illegal to be crazy, but it's
not safe either.
It's not safe, and it's not compassionate. I mean, because I guarantee it, if I went out there and started acting crazy right now, and I had a cop pull up that had that had the willingness and just a tiny bit of compassion, he could find something somewhere to EOD me.
Right.
But if he doesn't have compassion,
he doesn't want him to do the paperwork.
Right. Then he's going to be like, oh, yeah, one of these 3 boxes, you don't fit that. So just move on down the road.
Yeah. So luckily today the paramedic was like, no, we are not letting this person stay here like this. There's medical attention needed somewhere. There's a problem. And
that's good. That's good.
That was good of them. So I'm like, what do you do?
Right.
And so we signed up for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%.
We signed up for it, but we like support from the community.
Right. And we get it from a lot of people.
Most of them we do.
We just don't get it from a lot of the law enforcement people. They don't want to, and I don't want to beat up law enforcement by no means, but
they're very helpful in this town, and we've had very, very positive interactions.
Yeah. In different areas, not necessarily. When I've had to deal with them a couple times at the facility, and it's funny because they want to come in there and act like they're running something. Mm-hmm. And that is probably the one place that they're not running anything. And whenever they realize that, then it's a whole nother deal. Like, oh, well, then why am I here type deal, And so how do you weigh that out, and how do you you have to be able to work with them because we need them. But if they don't want to work with you, then why do we need them?
Those old behaviors, those old thoughts come in my head too. Because whenever I'll do anything I can to not have to call the police.
Right.
First of all, I know they're busy. They got other stuff going on, and I just don't feel like that is, But the second, if I can prevent someone having to get involved with, the legal system in their life, I want to prevent that at all costs.
Right.
Because it doesn't go away.
Right.
And so and we don't like to have our houses be known for having be in the cop collars and having, because that way they'll drag their feet whenever we do have a real emergency.
Yeah.
And I don't want that at all,
Right.
I want them to be like, wow, that place never called. What's going on over there?
Right. Right. Or all the people that come out of those places are, they're productive members of society type deal,
Yeah. And so it's just going to take time.
Yeah.
To get a good reputation and everything. So it's what it is.
Yeah. That was that's kind of what started it, and then it's just been.
Ooh, how did the prenatal vitamins and the citrus flavored punch? Oh man, that's a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
So we got 1 pallet of prenatal vitamins, and I think we got 1 case of some kind of juice. I don't know what it is.
Jen, she got the rest of it and took it to Enid, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, at least you didn't have to lift a whole bunch of that stuff. So.
No, I just had to lift all the prenatal vitamins out of the back of Joe's truck and into the back of the van.
Okay, well, John's taking them to the city tomorrow. That's good. We got a bunch of prenatal vitamins donated, so we're taking them to our all-female facility, and we kept some here. I have some in my office.
Yeah.
For the clients.
I mean, that stuff is always really pretty cool when we get to be a part of that. But just and then so I leave at work early, I wanted to come home and start putting up Christmas lights, but I forgot that I'd told somebody that I would help them get some furniture with the trailer and stuff. And man, every time I load something on that trailer, like anytime it's really heavy, like today's was, I'm like, I want to sell that trailer so bad.
Oh man, because then nobody could ask you to help.
Yeah. And I don't mind giving people rides. I don't mind doing, things for people. But whenever I go and pick up a electronic bed that moves and does all kinds of things.
How do you score that?
Brenda, she knew somebody, and the house that we went to go get it, man, those people, I don't know if you're ever going to see this, but your house is beautiful and really cool. I don't know what y'all got going on out there, but y'all look like y'all have a lot of fun. So thank you for the bed. I mean, this house was super cool, like super cool. But they had a little race car sitting on, like it was a full size race car, but it's setting up on like some jacks, and like it was a beautiful house, and like it was really cool. We pulled up first and knocked, and I guess Brenda, whenever she called the lady, and the lady said, "Okay, I'm just going to open the garage when you get there." Mm-hmm. And so me and Dennis like, okay. So he knocked on the door and knocked on the door. I even left a card saying, "Hey, call me. I'm here to get to bed or whatever." And then I text Brenda as I'm leaving, and she's like, "Don't leave, don't leave." Well, I didn't see it until I'd already left, and it was out in cash. So I was on like maybe 3 or 4 minutes away, and Brenda called, and then she put that lady on the phone with us, and she's like, "Well, when y'all pull up, I'm going to open the garage." And so we turned down our street, and I could see the garage was open. I see the bed right there, and I was like, okay. Well, so at that house, I laid my gate down, and I rolled the bed like it's on wheels. So we just rolled it up in the trailer, right? Cool, easy. And then we get over to where we're taking it to, and it's gravel.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it upstairs or?
No, it's downstairs, but you can't roll it across gravel. The gate that we had to take it through to get it into the apartment, you had to turn it sideways, and then to get it in his door, you had to turn it sideways. And then once you got it in the house, you remember those apartments, the bathroom, the Hoover apartments, the ones we did all the work on.
Yeah.
And so the bathroom's right here, the bedroom's right here, and so it's like you got to try and get this
big bed down this little thing.
And so
you're a little sore.
Whenever like I go to get stuff for people, like at least help. You know where homeboy jumped out? So Dennis is on this end and I'm on this end. And I say, on the count of 3, we're going to lift. And I get to 2.5 and I hear Dennis go, "Oh!" I said 3, bro. And so finally we lift and homeboy's in the middle.
That's
like, and he's got one hand on it like
let
this.
Me support it for you.
And then all he's doing is, because now he's made the thing wider, so he's bouncing off the gate. He bounced off the door. And I'm like, just get out of the way.
Yeah.
Just get out of the way.
He was special anyway.
Yeah. And but anyways, we got that done.
Got it down. Got the couch or the couch too?
Yeah. And
where'd you get that at? Salvation Army.
Okay. And
they had a lot of furniture in there today.
I asked him, I said, do you have a dresser? And no, we don't have any dressers. I'm looking at 2 of them. And he's like, we don't have any dressers. And he said, but we do got some filing cabinets. You remember those wooden filing cabinets that we brought over there?
Yeah.
The little 4-door brown ones?
Yeah.
Like, they got deep drawers, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think they would be
okay.
One, they look like wood, but they're that sheet metal stuff.
Yeah. And
so I really think, it'd be great to have as a little makeshift dresser because it looks like a dresser.
Especially if you don't have anything.
Right. So. And so, but he didn't want that. And so it's like, okay, well, so we got him that couch, which was an orange leather couch. And
it sounds uncomfortable.
It was
Like a plastic leather?
No, it was a real leather. It looked like it looked like it come out of Brenda's office somewhere because it was orange.
Yeah.
It probably did. So,
It probably did.
but that, I know you had a stressful day. I had a stressful day, and
well, once I get to work, I got there was a clemency hearing today, so I was watching that on my phone while I'm dealing with the psychosis and the EMTs and the everybody.
Right.
And I watch it for a couple hours, and then right as they're about to start, do the verdict and stuff, that's whenever my phone, I hit a button and it went off because I was talking to the police and the EMT is trying to figure out her medical history and stuff like that. And I was like, oh,
right.
What happened? And so, but they did recommend clemency. And so the prosecution was putting all their evidence on there. It was really, really discouraging to hear, all the stuff and all the things that they're. And of course, they blow it out of proportion and they try to make it sound worse than it is and all that stuff, but it's still pretty bad.
I mean, it is. I mean, when you're moving drugs from one prison to the other and all that, but I like the one that was like, I want to know who is helping him do this.
Yeah, who is helping him? Because he can't do this on his own.
Right.
Like, he's stuck over here. Like, and who's listening?
Right.
Like, and so that's part of it. But you're stuck in prison. Like, what are you have to survive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're either on top or you're on bottom.
Right.
And he ain't gonna be on bottom.
Right.
So, I mean, it is what that is. But we pray that the governor, grants clemency and he does it in a timely manner. Doesn't wait, to the last minute. But
the sad thing is that he probably won't look at none of the new evidence that the young lady that's been helping him has tried to gather.
Well, I mean, she presented it all today. You know what I'm saying? Every bit of it, and I think that he does. I really think that he does. And even these videos, we tag the governor on it and stuff. And I don't know if he looks at all that because he probably gets tagged in a lot of things. But and then we send the emails to his office and all that stuff. So I mean, he has to surely,
Right.
If he's gonna make an informed decision, he would be having his secretary whoever print out all the emails and all the things just so we could kind of maybe he might not look at all of it, but the fact that nobody who's 6th or 7th grade English teacher testifies for them in their capital murder, saying clemency here.
Right.
I don't know of anybody's like that is.
So I guess his teacher probably said he didn't have a chance from a young age or something.
Yeah, and she apologized. She said, "I'm so sorry that we failed you. We didn't see the abuse, all the things, that all the signs that were there, we didn't see them."
Was he there? Was Maine there today?
I didn't see him in there. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was. Yeah, everybody is. I'm surprised. I was shocked that they had it all on video like that.
Right. Yeah.
And then on YouTube, you can see the prosecution's part, but they don't have. The defense. You can see their part, which is 45 minutes, and then the prosecution, they get their own 45 minutes to present their part. And so it was long and it was drawn out, and it was his niece testified, and the teacher, and then his attorneys. So he finally has some good attorneys that care.
Yeah.
And really want to try because it should have never got this far.
Right.
Ever.
And if you're the praying kind, we definitely need you to pray because he set for execution next Thursday. And
their business is normal until the governor says, okay, don't kill him, let's reduce it to life without parole.
Right. And I mean, in the state of Oklahoma, he served 25 years on a life without parole, but unless it's a natural life.
I don't know how that works because I know Ben. Ben, he had life in prison. He served 40 years, and that was his life, and he got paroled out as long as he had somewhere to go.
Right.
So
I don't think they'll let him out.
I don't think they'll let him out.
I'm surprised they haven't stacked new charges on him for this other stuff yet.
I'm sure they are.
And they may very well let him out they may let him off on that just so they can rack him up on these other charges,
Nothing would surprise me.
Right.
Nothing would surprise me. with that. And I'm not defending anything he's done in prison, obviously, and he knows it was wrong. Yeah. But at the same time, you have to survive. You have to survive. That's the only way he knows how. Yeah. Because he's been in prison his whole life. Yeah. And even his home was a prison where he was growing up. Right. The abuse and all the things. So. Well, we'll just pray for him, and yeah, that's all we can do. And if you are not if you support, granting him clemency, please email and call the governor's office. Mm-hmm. That everyone counts and everyone makes a difference. Yep. That's how Julius Jones. That's how he got granted clemency. Was all the pressure from the public. So we would really appreciate that. Yeah, it'd make a big difference in his life, and he's always said I'd be okay doing life in prison, just don't kill me, Just don't kill me, and which I think now they've moved him to death watch and all that stuff, so he's probably, I can't imagine. He's probably making it right, which I believe he's been right with God, but he's probably getting it all set, and I mean, who knows? He's probably ready to go. He's probably already made peace with it. So I'm sure he's made peace at the same time, but it's there's a lot of fear there. Oh man, the fear and really the guilt because of the family. You know what your family's going to go through if you're not there. Because I mean, even from in there, he's holding his family together. His nieces and cousins and all that. They depend on him for advice to talk him through things that he's been through. Here's how you don't handle it, Right. So it's very eye-opening to. Yeah. It's so crazy to think that so many times we could have been right there. Right there, and it's by the grace of God. Yeah, absolutely. But we're right here where we're supposed to be. Doing right what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, we take advantage of that sometimes too. A lot. We take advantage of it. I'm not gonna say sometimes. A lot. I get ungrateful real fast because I get tired or I get cranky. Mm-hmm. Like today, I was like, I pray for this. I pray for this. Yeah. Because you get back to work and you're like, oh my gosh, now what do you need? Your phone's just blowing up, and you got other people calling you that didn't know what you're going through all morning, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, let's just chat. Right. It hurts my heart, all of it hurts my heart. Yeah. It's we have a very beautiful, loving, thoughtless job sometimes, Thoughtless? Yeah, I was going to say thankless, but right. Thoughtless, because I don't think people realize. They don't think about what we actually have to go through on a daily basis. Let's talk about that for a second. We're going to
okay, we'll come back shortly.